I'm Duncan from Auto Shine and Tintin, and in this video we are saying goodbye to that demonstrator vehicle of 4 years, the amazing S3R, and hello to the replacement, which is the brand new Range Rover L460e. In this video we're going to take this ordinary but nice looking Range Rover, make it unique to me, change the appearance. We're also going to protect it so it looks brand new for years to come. And we're also going to beef up the security because we all know Land Rover's got a habit of going walkies. So before we get on to the exciting part of changing the appearance, we've got to talk about the crucial security. New cars have been in the press loads lately. The Range Rovers have suffered more in the press just because the fact they're a Range Rover, but yeah, the thefts have gone through the roof. So with so many options of aftermarket security on there, I just thought it would be helpful to address in this video what we choose for our own vehicles. So let's get down to all the options. So first up, let's talk about the insurance, because insurance has also been a massive issue. I've never struggled so much with insurance because I've got a big fleet policy and I can just add the cars on, but the Land Rovers do carry a higher excess. So the S3R and my Discovery 5, that had £1,000 excess. This car, they've said £2,500 excess. They've also said it needs a Thatcham Category 1 alarm and immobiliser and an S5 or an S7 tracker. Land Rovers come with a Thatcham Category 1 alarm and immobiliser as they are. I'm not going to mess around with the alarm because they make a noise, they all do the same. The immobiliser, however, I am going to beef it up and I'm going to add a secondary immobiliser in the name of an Auto Watch Ghost. There's a fair few options out there for immobilisers. You've got the Can Phantom, the MetaTrack. For me, the Ghost has been around for years. I've had them on countless cars and they've never ever let me down, so I'm going to stick with the Ghost. What that means is they use the vehicle's existing buttons and switches where you've got to add a code in before the vehicle will start. So for instance, I could have to press that paddle, that paddle, that paddle, and that paddle again, and then the car will start. So some people think, why should I spend extra money on security when I've just paid so much for the car in the first place? And the reason is, Land Rover, the immobiliser and the alarm they do is perfectly adequate, as well as the trackers. But because they mass produce them, the thieves can know where all this stuff is and then make workarounds around it. Whereas if you make your car bespoke to you, say for instance I take it to the garage and it needs a key programming into it, I have to tell that technician my specific security before they can gain access to the car. So it just makes your car unique, different to any of the others, so it's just far more secure. Finally, we'll talk about the trackers. Now, Land Rover do two types of trackers. You've got the Secure Tracker and then you've got the Secure Tracker Pro. Difference is the Pro is a S5 and the Secure Tracker is an S7. The S5 is the better one. That means it's got immobilisation. So if the car gets stolen, you can let the tracker company know and they can immobilise the vehicle remotely so it can't be moved anywhere else, which is good. Now the problem with the Land Rover trackers is they're all fit, as far as I'm aware, in the same location. Meaning as soon as a thief knows the location, he knows the location in all of them. So they can just rip them out straight away as soon as they've robbed the vehicle. So I like to add a secondary one in with the thought that they're going to look for one, find one tracker, and they're never going to look for a second one. Talk about cost. Cost, a Ghost Pro, which is the new one made for the newer vehicles with the double cams. They have a price of £535, I believe, and then Secure Trackers come between £500 and £1,000 depending on what spec they are and things like that. So as a summary, essentially I always fit a Ghost, and then depending on how long I'm going to keep the vehicle for, I'll fit a secondary tracker to it, which is what I'm going to do on this one. So now let's move on to the next part. Let's talk about the modifications. They're all coming up in a few minutes time, but I'll briefly run through what we're going to do. We're going to change the colour. I love Carpathian grey, but it's just a little too ordinary for my liking. We're going to protect all the gloss black with PPF. We're going to take the windscreen with a protection film. We're going to change the wheels. The hybrid vehicle, which this is, only comes with 22s, and I want 23s like on all the other models. They're perfectly fine to fit, just Land Rover don't fit 23s for emission reasons. And then we're going to protect all the interior. I know some of you might be thinking I'm mad because I've got a white interior and it's going to get dirty, but I've got a fantastic coating. I'll show you all later. It will keep that looking brand new. Also going to add some carbon PPF pieces, so all that's coming up. Time to get the vehicle washed, prepped and inside. Let's go. And here it is, the completed transformation, and it's hard to believe that every interior and exterior surface has got a product of ours on it, whether it's for cosmetic and protection or just for protection purposes. And so I don't bore you with all the details. I'm going to flash up what all the products are on the screen now. So if you're interested, please press pause. But this project has all been about creating one vehicle, highlighting who we are as a company in 2024, going into 2025, making cars individual to you, and protecting them so they look new for your entire ownership and not just the first few months. Excuse the pun, but that is a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions, please let us know, and let us know in the comments what you think of the final look. We hope to see your car with us very soon.